Hey, second one of the Sundays. So, how do we know satellites can see methane? Well, this gets very interesting to do in a short video. But basically, it's frequencies. Oh no, crystal stuff. But that's what it is. It is a characteristics of frequencies and molecules and particles that they interact with each other. Some can add energies and some can take away energies. So, how does that work? A microwave oven is tuned, designed, engineered to a very specific frequency. And that frequency interacts with water molecules. It's the science of interferometry or interferometry or energy absorption, or so you can coach this in physics at a subatomic particle level. You can coach this in physics and chemistry very differently. So you're talking about energies that can break chemical bonds. You're talking about energies that can excite a specific molecule and get it to vibrate. This is the problem with high energy particles. When they do interact with something, it tends to be destructive. So, in that chemistry conversation, ions can do the same thing. And an ion is basically an acid or a base, but it depends on where you're having the conversation. So, this seeing methane from space thing is using the science of interferometry, where there's an interaction between wavelengths or frequency and other wavelengths or frequencies, other elements and minerals and compounds. So this thing, we call it radar. Radar uses something to tune out base reflectivity, which is noise you get back from the atmosphere, empty atmosphere. Now, when a plane comes through, it reflects back more than the local surrounding area. If you have fast enough electronics, you can see all of this happening on a radar screen, from the weather, clouds going by, large masses of bugs, to airplanes and missiles and things we can't see. So, things we call UFOs, things we call magic or supernatural. These are the amazing things that goes on inside the measurements. And we've just never found the supernatural. So, I hope the volume's okay on this one. I'm not paying enough attention. But that idea of interference between frequencies. Now, you can't go all crystal and gaga on this, but people have, which is pollution. Okay? So, that radar sends a signal out. It interacts with something, and you may get an echo back of the signal of the interaction. It could be a cold front coming through, where that signal to noise ratio for levels of the atmosphere shift. So your skip radio doesn't work all of a sudden, bouncing off the ionosphere. Your radar behaves a little bit differently, and if it's fast enough and you can see it and you can analyze it and you can put it in CGI and make weather predictions. So this is an inferometry. This is a part of spectrometry, is the study of spectrometry in optical, visual, that is light, optical emission spectrometry. And it's more light than the human eye can see. Some light we feel is heat, but that is still energy as photons being transmitted through the atmosphere to you. Yeah, I know it's complicated. So this radar stuff works. Your cell phone works. Your microwave works. Your stove, your infrared stove, your inductive stove, these things all rely on some of these properties, and you can turn it into mysticism very quickly, but you still got to cook your dinner. So that's just a touch. These are huge topics. I go through 30 things that could be gone into and discussed, and maybe in the next video.